Hi guys, welcome to my Mohican 100 video. I'm going to try a couple different things in this video. Number one, to show off a little bit of the course for those of you who are going to run it in the future or thinking of running it, so you can get a little idea of what the course is like. The main thing is just sharing this video with friends and family so you can see what it's like out there. A lot of you guys asked me about these adventures I'm on and what they're like, and this will give a little more insight on what's going on out there. A little bit of a background of why I picked Mohican 100. Picked it for a few different reasons. One, its proximity, very close, only about an hour and a half away, being in Ohio here. Two, the elevation change being 14,000 feet up and 14,000 feet down was one of the highest in the area, and wanted a challenge to get ready for Western States. And three, being a Western States qualifier was the biggest bonus. This will be my third year trying to qualify for Western States, so that was the main reasons for choosing the race. Going into the race, I felt more trained than my previous 100-mile races. Training was going great. I was getting a lot of good miles in. I've been doing a run the year challenge where I'm going to run 2,024 miles, or that's the goal anyway, in this year. And I had, during the race, accomplished over half that goal. So in early June, at least getting half the goal. So the miles have been clicking off earlier this year, and training's been going really well. So felt confident of the 24-hour finish, which was my top of the line goal prize, to try to finish in under 24 hours. The main goal just being to finish the race. You know, that Western States qualifier was #1 on the list. So here we go with my story of my Mohican 100 in 2024. All right, here we are, Mohican Trail 100. Checking in, got the bag, ready to go. And we already won. Winner right here. Here's our luxurious cabin. A little small.
It'll work.
Checking out the aid station stops and the view. Gonna try to have Amy figure out where she's going and see if we can make it there tomorrow. Barbecue dinner.
Filming me.
Let's go.
35 years. Woo. And correct me if I'm wrong, we had a race.
Right here, 15 minutes before the start, we came from across the street over there at Mohican Adventures and getting ready to get this thing going. It's cold out here, about 45 degrees, so we're all trying to stay warm with sweatshirts and all that stuff on. Amy and Sierra are up. All of us had minimal sleep at nighttime, but we're gonna get this thing rocking and get this thing done.
Sure. All right, let's count it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The 35th annual Mohican 100 is underway. Good luck, racers. Be careful out there. Support each other.
Here we go.
Take it!
Get him, Josh.
Let's go! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The 35th. Good luck, racers. Be careful out there. Support each other.
We're working. That's what I assumed.
All right, sun's starting to come up. 5.2 miles in. About an hour and 6 minutes so far. Some ups and downs for the first part, but nice open trail now. We got caught up a little bit in a log jam back during some of those switchbacks early on, and those in the dark took time to make sure of footing, but now it's nice and open about the 5 miles in. So if you do this race and you get caught up behind people, just know there's a big section you can spread things out a little bit. We're about a mile from the first aid, and looking forward to that. drop the headlamp and a few other things. But so far so good.
Oh, there's a one on top. I did a bunch of 14 last summer.
Yeah, find it within yourself, right?
Like she won't listen to my, my negativity when I'm in the low point. I feel like she paced me for 50 total, like 2 stints. Best pace ever. I was like, I don't know what drugs you're on, but I want some of those. Positive, right?
Yeah. Getting up to the fire tower aid. 2 hours and 13 minutes in, and about 10.2 miles. So nice easy section, still nice and cool out here. Good trails. No thanks, guys. Thank you. Hey guys.
Good job.
Alright, ran right through Fire Tower 8. It's half a mile up the road here is the mountain bike trailhead, so hoping Amy's there with Sierra. We'll refill water. Pretty good on calories so far. And then hit this next section. Here we go. Mountain bike aid. That's it. Here they are. That's awesome. Get straight ahead, I'm going behind. Getting adventurous. Oh yeah. Gotta run near the waterfall when you get a chance. We are 14.3 miles in, about 3:08, 3 hours and 8 minutes. So still moving really well. It's so nice and cool down here. It's getting hot up a little higher, but not too bad down here. Shortcut. She said she didn't mark in here. You can take whichever way you want. Fun way.
Fun way, fun way. You're very welcome.
At this time in the race, things are still flowing very smoothly, still feeling good. It's still early in the race. Everybody's having fun, and there's people around to talk to and chat with and get to know. And we're about to enter the Enchanted Forest section, Little Lions area of the Mohican State Park. This area, the race was super cool. It was very difficult, and the trails weren't real well defined, but it was very cool because it was only the Mohican Trail 100 runners that were allowed to go on it. So the rest of the year, that part of the trail is closed, and the 50 and marathon runners were not able to go on it that day too. So it was only for this race, which I thought was a really cool draw to the race, and getting to see some areas. And I don't know, if I'd want to do this area on any different day. It was a very tough section. The 0.2 miles took about 10 minutes to get through. I'll put a link in the description to the full video that I have up on YouTube of this whole area if you're interested in seeing it. But I just added little snippets of it for the sake of this video here.
Yeah, I thought he was extreme nation here.
Yeah, I'll bring this go.
You guys have a little
No, this is kind of really getting better with the man. I mean, really better.
What's with this?
This is the fun loop. I was trying to teach him German, and he's got some of it, but they don't use it anywhere but at home.
Yeah, you got to speak it almost exclusively at home to have them have a chance.
And I really try to, my wife and I both know Dutch, so we really try to speak it at home, but it's hard.
Yep.
You just catch yourself doing English because they understand everything.
Yep.
They just don't speak it very well.
Yeah, that's the same with my son. I failed him a little in that.
Yeah, because you want to pass that on.
Yep.
And it's really,
It's tough, though. The brain works differently when they learn multiple languages. And I hope I'm going the right way.
Oh yeah, right there. You found it. Yep. I'm gonna join you guys. Let's go.
Yeah. Nope.
Is there a spot over there?
Yep.
Hop across on logs. Oh, it starts raining.
Exactly. And then you just deal with it.
Yeah.
Okay, what the? Where are we going, this way?
Yeah.
Wow.
We are at the dam. I mean, Pleasant Hill Dam. Is that good? Yeah. Okay. He just finished 10 miles. We're at checkpoint 3 and waiting for him to come. And I don't know what mile it is because I left my stuff in the car, which is way down there. Cue the car. Okay.
So cool down here too. This might have been the wrong way. Oh, Jesus. This must be what they feel like in Barkley trying to find a book. Oh yeah, here we go. Hand over hand climb. Let's try it one-handed. Don't fall. That one's not too bad. That climb was the easiest part of the whole thing. Woo! Wow. Yep. Time to get some calories in. Beautiful. The waterfalls. One thing that I think I really liked about this race course was the 4-loop format, where the first loop was a long loop and had that little extra Enchanted Forest area. The second loop was another long loop, each one of those being about 27 miles, a little extra on the first loop. and then loops 3 and 4 were closer to 23 miles to give you 100.2 miles overall. And that was pretty cool going through the first loop. You felt pretty good after the first loop. The second loop, you were glad that the long loops were done, and then it shortened the distance between two of the aid stations in loops 3 and 4. The other thing I liked about it was there was two different crew access points, so you could skip Fire Tower Aid and make it half a mile further to the mountain bike crew access point, and it almost was like having two different aid stations. And then again, before you got down to Covered Bridge, a mile before, there was the Pleasant Hill Dam on loops 1 and 2. Now that was only for the long loops that you had those two crew access points available. Loops 3 and 4, the crew could walk it down to the Fire Tower aid station, and then they were just not able to go to anything else through the rest of loops. So it made a little long time at the nighttime without seeing crew, and crew is crucial in this one. Great to have Sierra and Amy there helping out. A lot of those aid stations, they were able to get me in and out very quick, and I'm sure I was way faster having those guys around than without. So I definitely recommend, if you're doing this race, it helps a lot to have crew to meet you at these few different spots. We were able to stay at Mohican Adventures right where that Mohican aid station was at the end of every single loop, so it made it very convenient for crew to get back and forth. They just walked over, not even a quarter mile, maybe 1/8 of a mile from our cabin, and they were right there at the start-finish line in the Mohican aid station. So definitely recommend staying there too if you are doing the race. At the iconic downhill here. Try to talk while I do these stairs. So 15.7 in, just saw Amy and Sierra at Pleasant Hill Dam, 3 hours and 33 minutes. So moving well, still not super fast. That was super slow going through that enchanted forest, as you guys will probably see, but super fun. Still having a good time. Legs are holding up pretty good. Nice to have some running, some slower hiking areas. I'm gonna keep getting this thing done. Pretty course. Good job, guys. We're almost there. 8 straight ahead. Yep. Good job. All right, check-in time, about 5 hours in, about 22.5 miles just past the Hickory Ridge aid station. Had the poles for a while, just put them away. This section's supposed to be fairly flat and hopefully runnable. I feel like I'm a little behind where I want to be, but I think I should be right on pace, about 6 hours coming through for loop 1. So hopefully that's the case after this section, and I end up with some legs to run some in loops 2 and 3. We had a big group going together up a lot of those hills. I think I lost a couple minutes following those guys, but I moved ahead of a lot of the group at the aid station, so was able to hopefully run a lot of this section with not having other people dictate my pace. Section has been so smooth so far, flowy, single track. Hey, how are you? Still, as you can see, other people on the race course that we gotta watch out for. There's one biker earlier, a few hikers. Nothing too crazy, so pretty open. Some of these areas have a lot of downed trees, and they told us a few years ago a big tornado went through and knocked down a ton, and the trail was covered and blocked for a while. I'm wondering if this is one of those areas. Looks like a tornado came through here. Beautiful sunny day. It is about 11 o'clock. We are 27 miles in. 5:55:41. Just got done with the, hey, thank you. Just got done with the Mohican Adventure Aid to begin loop 2. So loop 1 down, loop 2 started. We're gonna get the poles back out for some of the climbs here and see if we can keep moving through this one. That last section was awesome. Hoping this loop starts pretty good too. Here we go. Some rocks and roots, but mostly pretty clear. Race is really spread out. I was with a bunch of other guys throughout most of that last lap. This lap, it's looking a lot more fewer and far between. So hopefully that keeps up. It's nice to go my own pace. Right down from the creek behind us. Heading uphill. Definitely getting warm, almost at 30 miles, 29 and a half right now. At about 6.5 hours, so probably in the next 6-7 minutes I'll hit 30. Legs are starting to get tired, but this is also a tough section, so hoping they come to a little bit when we hit flatter stuff. Par for the course when you hit 30 miles, but got a ways to go.
Let's go, buddy!
All right, we are 32.9 on my watch, just over 33 in 7 hours and almost 20 minutes. The section was pretty good, as good as it could be. A lot of climbing there, and it's getting warm, so filled up with ice in the back, and life's still good. Alright, just hit a milestone, 36 miles in 7:57. We are about a mile out from the 8th station or so. It's getting warm. I think I've been saying that every single time now, but trails are nice and shaded. A few spots you poke out in the sun, you get real hot, then you come back in the shade on the nice soft pine needles here.
Mountain bike trailhead number 2, aid station number 7. 33 miles done. It's 12:38 and the temperature is now 75, but feels like 85. It's getting hot, folks.
All right, 40 miles in just under 9 hours. Just when I was getting all excited last time about how well I was moving, made a error, hopefully not a fatal error, but put too much ice in the pack last time, and now I'm out of water until the ice melts. So sucking on little drips of water here and there. But yeah, ran out a little bit back and still have maybe another mile or so to go to get to the cruise stop. So trying to take it super easy. It's a little bit you can tell some sunny parts here. Probably gonna have to just sit for 3 or 4 minutes and catch up, but hopefully just a little recovery and right back.
Thank you.
Doing awesome.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. Get the big loop done.
I think midnight-ish. I haven't checked updates all day though. I think midnight 1, 2. Hopefully if we can push back to 3 or 4, we might be all right. Yeah. An hour or two to finish off, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Oh.
Feet go bad and it's not a big deal.
Yeah, you only have 7 miles left, so. Glad to leave that section behind.
Yep. Glad that one wasn't longer than this little bit. All right. Just hit 45 miles in 10 hours and 18 minutes. It's getting tough to film because I like to use the poles for these uphills, but wanted to get the update. Ran out of water and then caught back up, I think, a little bit on that. So hopefully going forward the legs will come back underneath me and can get some faster miles going on the next section. But we'll see. Otherwise, just trying to survive and finish the race. So I think that's well within reach still, even if 24-hour goes out the window. But got some ways, so let's make it happen. Oh, thanks guys. Appreciate it. All right, 50-mile update. Hit 50 miles in 11 and a half hours. Was hoping to be a little quicker to that, but that's okay. Not too far off. Got some pizza and bacon at the Hickory Ridge aid station, so life is good. I don't know, that's it. Trying to run some of these flowy sections on the Hickory Ridge on in to Mohican. So I'll get back to it.
Yeah. Okay, we are live from our cozy cabin number 22. So we just finished aid station number 10, Mohican Adventures, 53.11 miles. It's getting a little rough out there. He had too much ice and not enough water. His legs hurt, but they're still moving. Stomach hurts, but he's still eating. Did I forget anything? He's not really looking like he's having a good time. So, Sarah's shaking her head. We're hoping when the sun goes down, it's still 78, feels like 82. He rebounds a little, and we move it along a little bit more. Next check-in will be the fire tower. See you then.
Okay, 54-ish miles in, I think. 53.6 on my watch, but I think I'm a little behind. In 12:25, so not super fast. Want to make up some time. But got done with the 2 big loops, so it's on to the 2 little loops. Excited to have a little quicker loops out there. Gonna try to keep running these downhills. Probably hiking most of the flat and the up, and seeing what we can do this lap to see whether last lap we go for sub 24 or just finish the best we can. So got some pizza and my poles. Eat a little pizza and see if that'll settle the stomach. Stomach feels pretty rough. Feels horrible to run. So had some caffeine pill and Mountain Dew at that last aid station. So let's see if that turns things around. Oh, hill time. Here we go. Off the jump? No. All right, update time, 14 hours and 60 miles in. Legs really came back in that last one. Hoping that keeps up. It's getting a little cooler. Got some ice in the pack. Food's going down still. So hopefully, keeping rolling. I look better than a lot of the people I'm around and passing. So that's always a good sign, and feels good to pick up a couple places here and there. Not that it's a big deal, but it's just good for the old morale boost. Well, time to get back to it.
Here we are, check-in. We are at the fire tower aid station, I guess you can call it. 63.6 miles in. The last aid station was a little rough. He said the legs were shot, the stomach wasn't doing good, but he was still eating and still walking, so I think we're doing okay. Oh, let's see, there's the fire station. Okay. Sierra won't video me, so I'm doing it myself. Sorry for the bad camera angles. So, but this aid station, I think things are going well, slowing down a little, but everyone's slowing down. So we're still doing pretty good, about 30 minutes in the realm of his goal. It's gonna start raining in a little bit, so we're hoping we can get a lot of miles in before the rain comes. So here we go, on to the next. Thanks for watching.
All right, you can tell the sun's going down. 64 miles in, 15 hours and 10 minutes, so not too shabby. Definitely gonna go over 24, but we'll see what we can make it. Grabbed Mountain Dew this loop. Got some ramen out of the aid station, a few chips, stacked up some calories for a longer section. I got 13 miles until I see Amy and Sierra again, but I do have 2 aid stations in that time, so shouldn't be too bad. I got about 2.6 from one aid to the next, and like 5 and 5 or something, but it's definitely cooling down. Getting sleepy tired, So I had another caffeine pill. That's one of my strategies going into this race, is have a little more caffeine. And it's working okay so far. All right, uphill, time to go. The sweet sound of the generator. Covered bridge aid. Let's go. All right, at the aid station, Hickory Ridge, about 72 miles, 17 hours and 10 minutes. Legs are dying, but trying to make it, trying to find something that'll work for food. We'll give it a shot. Some great volunteers. All right, I am stopped on the trail, so I don't go falling. A lot of people have already fallen and quit the race. It is about midnight. I am 76 miles in, and well, 77 miles in. 23 left, started the last loop. Still having trouble keeping stuff down, but was able to eat 3 cups of ramen. Blisters all over my feet, so I changed socks and put a lot of trail toes on there. As you can tell, I'm very tired, and I've only been able to hike pretty much for the last about 10 miles. So it's gonna be a slow go, but I think we're gonna get this thing done. You know, the rain started just a little bit of a sprinkle, but I'm hoping it'll be another couple hours before the big stuff starts. I gotta keep moving so I can stay warm enough. But we're gonna give it a shot. A lot of people dropping, so feel good being able to be out and still move. Also, I thought I was gonna be lapped by whoever won the race, and I never got lapped, so that's a positive. But here we go, marching into the night. This is what I see. Looking for roots, rocks, and we saw a couple deer already. They said there's trash pandas around here, but I have yet to see a raccoon. So, onward.
Well, good morning again. It is 12:25 a.m. on June 2nd, and we are still at Mohican race. Okay, we are at not mile. Mile. Okay, we are at aid station 16, George, or Gorge, as it's really called, Overlook 4. Last time we were here, it's the last loop. He's gone 76.5 miles, and it is rough. So we are hoping this ends good. I don't know. Should I be saying this on the video? Yeah? You sure?
Also saying, it's raining!
Oh, it's raining. Oh, yeah, it is raining. Well, great. It's raining now. Cool. Okay, cool. It was supposed to rain till 4. Now it's 12:26 and it's raining. So that's good, too. That's really all I got. He had 3 cups of ramen. I was jealous. I do like ramen. Everyone's sleeping. Kind of jealous of that. And Sarah's still here. Okay, we'll see you at the next one. Good night, but not for us. Goodbye.
Things were getting rough at this time of night. I was falling asleep on my feet. Actually had some daydreams turn into almost actual dreams. It was the first time I've ever been sleep hiking, sleepwalking, and had to resort to drastic measures to keep myself awake at night. So there were little orange flags on the side of the trail to mark the trail every 10th quarter mile, something in there. So I'd watch for those and ridiculously celebrate every single time I went by one. Yes! Woo! And yelling. I was singing. I was trying to do anything I could to keep myself awake. So if you were out in that part of the race course, it wasn't Sasquatch out there. That was me making all those hooting and hollering noises. But you know, it worked enough to keep me going through the night. It didn't turn things around completely, but it was enough to keep me moving. All right, you're not gonna see my face anyway, so we'll do it this way. I am 84 miles in 21:25. So getting there very slowly but surely. Rain had sprinkled a little here and there. Actually, there's a little bit coming down now, but it hasn't been horrible yet, so sounds like it might be coming in the distance. I've got my raincoat around my waist, so I can throw that on if I need to, but only 16 miles left, so hopefully I can get this thing done. Going real slow, like 18, 19, 20-minute miles, but putting one foot in front of the other.
Hello, race fans. Reporting live from the top bunk in the cozy cabin that I tried to sleep in last night. It's the size of a box, so I didn't get much sleep. Anyway, we just got back from mile marker 87 Fire Tower. 13 miles left, and that was the last aid station we could go to, hence why I'm up in the box bed. He's doing okay, but it's rough. You know, that's been the theme for the last 50 miles, so we're hoping we can just get it done. And it did start to rain, but it's not raining too hard, a little drizzle here and there, so hopefully that doesn't make anything too terrible. So we are hoping the next video would be at the finish line, so we will. Thanks for following.
Getting the covered bridge again. Hard to see, but we got a bunch of these glow sticks all over. Nice welcome. 89 miles in and 23 hours and 8 minutes. So probably going to take about another 4 hours to finish. Probably just over 27. Hopefully the goal from here on out is to not get injured. One of the only things that can stop me from getting there. Gonna pick up my stuff in the drop bag and be ready to roll. I was having a ton of stomach issues and trouble trying to get things in. Every time I would run, my stomach would be killing me and almost throwing up, dry heaving. So I kept trying different things to see what would work. Applesauce pouches finally was the secret sauce that I needed to get myself going. And before my last cruise stop that I saw them at the Fire Tower aid station, had a couple and my stomach started to come around. So I grabbed every single one they had. I grabbed a couple from my drop bag at Covered Bridge and just tried to make it through the rest of the race. And my legs finally started coming back about 91, 92. Where my stomach wouldn't be hurting and my legs were feeling decent enough to run some of the areas. So I actually moved very well from 91 through the end of the race, passing a few people. And I think greatly due to being able to finally ingest some calories and get some food in. You know, you feel a million times better when you're actually getting food in and you're waking up and the sun's coming up. So, you know, it was very cool to be able to have the legs come back and to come back from such a dire feeling to finally feeling halfway decent and be able to finish the race off pretty well. All right, 95 mile update. 95 miles, almost 25 hours. So trying to make this as quick as I can. There was a couple people on that last section. I passed one and one's coming up behind the other guy, so trying to get out and away. Had no stop by the aid station. Had plenty of stuff, so I just kind of took off through. And hopefully they'll leave me alone to go ahead and cruise to the finish line. But we'll see. Next update from the finish. Here we go. Almost finished with 100. 26:06:55 right now. Woo! May give you one last hill. Oh. Picked up a couple pacers. They were just out there to try to run with someone the last 4 or 5 miles, and that was amazing. Got to hang out and talk and chat. The legs are moving. Here we go. River water crossing.
Good morning. It is. Sarah, what time is it?
7:07.
7:07. It's raining. We are at the finish line. I see Bobby coming in. This is my last update, hopefully, without Bobby. It's raining hard, but here we are. At the, oh shoot, how do we do this with the umbrella? Backwards.
There he is.
At the finish line.
You can see him over your shoulder.
Gotta go. Oh, here he is. All right. Ah!
University and yeah, definitely raining. It's coming down. Thank you guys. 26:08.
It was fake.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a blast.
Let's go, Bobby! Woo! Woo! The race finish was so exciting. I forgot to get a video while we were still there. So here's the end. Bobby finished overall 20th, 17th in his gender, and yeah, 26:08 was his end time. Came in looking way better than he left for the last aid station, and said his legs feel okay and seems to be in good spirits. Tired, of course, but yeah, great race, great day, great weekend. Rain held off pretty much, just a little at the end, so I think overall it was a successful weekend. So thanks for joining, and we will catch you next year.
It felt really good to work, grind through that low point and get back to a high and finally get to the finish line and finish this thing. Even though it wasn't the time goal that I was going for, it's on a day that about 45% of the people finish the race, you still felt pretty accomplished getting through and finding a way to get to the end. That's what these races are all about, is finding those low points, finding the troubles that come up your way and working your way through them and finding a way through them. Recovery should be hopefully fairly quick. Sprained my ankle about 4 miles to go, 5 miles to go, twisting on a rock, and then twisted a couple other times, kicked a bunch of rocks, and was feeling pretty rough the couple days afterwards. And now it's about 5 days after the race, 6 days after now, and the legs are starting to come back. The ankle is feeling a little bit better, that I think another week or so I can get back to some running and back to the yearly 2024 mile goal. So all in all, great race. It was well organized. You could tell they'd been doing it for 35 years. They had great aid stations. Each aid station had some different things. Bacon in one, potato soup in another. They had ramen through the night at pretty much every aid station, something warm. They had pizza in the evening. And it was enough to, just be enough variety to keep me going. I'm hoping to learn from this race and the food mistakes I made and the water mistake I made early on, and, just really have a better shot at races in the future, give myself a better chance out there to let the legs run and see how things go. But I appreciate everybody and your well wishes and thoughts and prayers and, your interest in things I'm doing, and the text messages and all the support, before, during, and afterwards. You guys really helped lift me up a bunch. To Rainin and Zeke, those guys really helped lift me up. My boys, Rainin made me a bracelet that I had worn all through the race right next to my watch. So every time I looked down and things were tough, and if you even thought about quitting, you looked at that, and they made me a sign as well, a poster beforehand that said never give up. And just those guys going through my mind, it was no doubt at any time it was going to take a lot to get me off the course and get me not to finish. So thanks, boys, if you're watching this. And to everybody else, that's it for this adventure, and we'll catch you on the next one.